Hello and welcome to our dating coaching session. Today Alison and I are going to be talking about dating and sex. Because Alison, you told me that there's quite a lot of pressure when you go on a date. Well, certainly the second or third date, maybe the first date, and maybe you feel this too, is there's quite a lot of pressure to go to bed with.
No. Okay.
Hi and welcome to our dating session. We're doing a series on dating coaching, and Alison is a wonderful client, and today we are talking about dating and sex. This is a very controversial topic. There's lots of pressure in society, and I think, Alison, you've told me that you feel quite pressurised when you go on a date. Sometimes with some people they want to take you to bed, or maybe not go as far as that, but certainly want to get physical with you a bit earlier than you necessarily want to. So, dealing with this quite controversial subject, I have to come up front and say I'm in the business of helping people find long-term marriage partners. So that's the position that I'm coming from. I'm not in the casual dating game. I'm very much in the game of helping people find long-term partners. And I think if you're looking for a long-term partner, then the longer you stay out of bed for, the better. Now, I know it's really difficult. It has been difficult, hasn't it? On certain dates when you've had a bit to drink and you're having a really nice time and the guy says, come back to my flat or come back to my house, and you sort of probably know where it's going. Or maybe you're on the third or fourth date, or maybe you've been dating for a while and the guy is putting pressure on and saying, I really think we need to be going to bed. And you're trying to say, well, I'm not sure, or I'm really not feeling comfortable with this. Or maybe you want to as well, but you're thinking, is this going to be right for my future? So I guess my feeling is that when you're looking for a marriage partner, you're looking for something that's going to be long lasting. You're looking for somebody who's going to be with you for the rest of your life. Now that might be 40 years, 50 years, 20 years, doesn't really matter how long it's going to be, but you're looking for a long-term commitment. You're not looking for something that's here today and gone tomorrow, are you? And I think men and women deal with sex very differently. I think for us as women, we make a connection and we think if we're getting physical with someone, and I'm making generalisations here, and if you don't agree with them, that's fine, but bear with me with the generalisations. They think that for women, if we have sex, it's a sign of I love you and I'm feeling really, really good about you and I'm giving you my affection and love and warmth. I don't necessarily think it's the same for men. For men, it's much more of a physical thing. It's something they just like to do. Not saying that women like to do it, we love to do it, but as well. But for men, I think it's just more of a thing. It doesn't really have so many connotations attached to it. Now, if you're looking for a man who is going to be with you long term, I don't think you want to give him what he wants straight away. I think it's quite good to withhold that. And also, a very, very big feeling I have, and this I suppose comes from the way I was brought up, is that if you give a man everything he wants straight away, why would he hang around waiting for something later? And I think that aspect of waiting is very important. And I also think a second point that's really important here is that you're trying to get to know somebody's character, because character is what wins through at the end of the day. Now, you might be massively physically attracted to somebody in your 20s and 30s, but I'll tell you, if you have a long marriage and you get into your 60s and 70s, they're not going to look the same as they did when they're in their 20s. And if you've only gone on physical attraction and that's what's led you to bed, and that's been great for the first bit of your relationship, I can absolutely assure you that it's quite unlikely that'll last the long term. Having said that, character, if you find out that somebody's kind or loving or generous, that character is probably not going to change, and that's what you're going to end up with down the line. So for those reasons, my view is keep out of bed for as long as possible. And I think if a man is putting you under pressure to go to bed with you, he obviously needs to have sex, or he wants to have sex, that's what he thinks he needs and wants, then I would be saying to him, either you can wait until I'm ready, and that might be after marriage, or do you know what, go and find it somewhere else and let's move apart, and I'll move on in my direction and you move in yours. Does that help?
It does.
Okay, so very short and brief, quite controversial, but I hope that's helpful. It gives you some food for thought. That's all for now. Bye-bye.